let's make this opportunity to then, like what Ross Jeffries was saying earlier, um, see if we can identify the downsides of your own side of game. So, Eric, what are the downsides of solid game?
Downsides of solid game is you can get stuck in the friend zone. If you draw things out too long and you're just having friendly conversations, bonding with her on a deeper level, eventually that escalation window will start to close. She'll think you're not into her. She'll think that you're not man enough to go after what you want. You won't establish sexual authority, as Marcus calls it, or sexual. You won't establish yourself as a sexual being. So I do believe that if you draw it out too long, that can be an issue. Guys that have approach anxiety often also have escalation anxiety. So, they get over their approach anxiety, then they get into a conversation, but they're afraid to go for the kiss. They're afraid to invite the woman back to their place. So you can get stuck playing solid game all day and then never actually escalating, right? That's an issue. I would say that's one of the biggest drawbacks of slowing things down. Marcus has pointed out some of the drawbacks of solid game. There are drawbacks if you let it play out too long.
Alrighty. And fast gamers, what are the downsides of fast game?
I can only give you downsides of too fast game, because I it's hard for me to still man any other position. But obviously, if you're going too fast, then you're going to get objections like you just want sex. You might sound a little bit too needy or eager. You might get stronger pushback from these girls. They might, if you meet a girl that like strictly wants to get married and have kids, that objection might come up. So yeah, in terms of going too fast, there's a lot of reasons you don't want to do that, and there's a lot of pushback for that. But going the right pace and making it quick, I don't think there are any.
Well, if I want to go with a fast game escalation, and the downside with it is that if we're going to apply right skills in order to really get her going, we're going to trigger those attraction neurotransmitters very, very fast, and we're going to make her feel really good being with you. We're going to make her feel really, really attracted being with you, and she feel like she's being with someone that she couldn't imagine being with. And then the sex is happening. One of the downside here is that I've seen the women expecting more than the guys are doing. And many times we as guys, we are looking for fast sex. I mean, that's pretty natural actually. But we do many times, I've seen, might not go hand in hand of what she wants afterwards. You see, so when we look at how men works in general, and I think that this is the knowledge that we all know, is that after we had sex with women, our interest goes down quite significantly. But that doesn't happen with the women we are having sex with. So I would see that as like the downside of the game itself. I don't know if you have the same experience about that fast escalation game in that sense. Like the women really want to, maybe even want to marry you right off the bat, almost after that sex. And you're like, oh, I wasn't that serious actually. You get my point?
Yeah, I mean, of course, like you're gonna have good problems. I think after having sex, if you have good sexual experience, you're gonna be like really keen. It is about like setting the right frame. You're right. Like you have to kind of let them know what you're after, which should be like casual first. So yeah, good problems to have though, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. It's many times like women are connected many times sex with romance in that sense more
Yeah,
than what
true.
men do, and
Yeah,
that is
oh,
the
100%.
biggest downside with fast escalation. I mean, many times I've seen so many, myself included, but so many of my clients are actually, hurting girls in terms of being heartbroken a lot based on fast
Yeah.
escalation games. So that also has a significant importance, I think, as well to think about, so to speak. But in terms of fast escalation, using the right method, and I'm not really sure that you're using exactly the same method as I do, but we have similarity in terms
Mhm.
of really find out what she likes and keep pivot on that. And yeah, that's basically what I can see when it comes to the downside. I think if we're going to look at the solid game and the fast escalation game, then my game is much more towards the fast escalation game. But it's not because of the fast escalation itself. It's because about the really asking the woman what they like and what they want, and then we're going to tailor the whole conversation, making that conversation about them mostly. So